Hello, this is another teardown video with EPC for the PS4. We will have a non-working system. We're going to tear it down so you can see the proper way of tearing it down. Alright, let's take the cover off for the hard drive bay. Push it down and pull out. Then remove the screw for the hard drive retention screw. Pull hard drive out. Get the security bit to unscrew the security screws. Let's see if I've got the right one. Three screws on this part, 4 screws here, not including the one that holds the hard drive bay in. And then we come to the back and remove the covers that cover up the hidden screws. I try to remove the entire screw or piece of tape to prevent me from actually tearing it just with the screwdriver sticking it through. Next one is under this cover. That one came off a lot easier. And then we have another one hidden here. And another one hidden here. Alright, those 4 screws have been removed for the back. Alright, next we're going to take off the bottom of the case. Come to the back by the vents. Pull up a little bit, releasing the clips, and pull towards you this way. Alright, now that we got the cover removed, we can go ahead and remove the screws, which you have. Looks like 3 security screws for the power supply and 2 Phillips screws with these 2 little clips there. First security screw is here. Next one is here. Other one is right here. Now we get my Phillips in. Since they're recessed, I'll use my tweezers to pull this out. I also have to go ahead and unplug this cable here. There we go. Now we can remove the power supply. It's got more force on this side because of the connector. So need to get underneath to lift it up some, and then you should be able to pull it up and remove the power supply. Okay, now you can see the inside without the power supply. We can go ahead and start removing ribbon cables for the actual Blu-ray drive. One ribbon cable here. Press down on this retention clip, pull this one out. Now we can go ahead and start taking out screws for the drive. First we'll take out the security screws for the Blu-ray drive. Pull out the security screw for the antenna. Remove that. It has a little location spot here. Move it out of the way so it doesn't get messed up. We have another cable here that needs to be removed. There we go. After unplugging this cable, there was a screw underneath, security bit, we need to extract. We have one Phillips screw in the front. Lifting out the Blu-ray drive. There we go. You see how dirty this system was. As a reminder, you can need to clean your fan and the heatsink to make your system last longer. And a good way to help reduce this is to keep it in a nice environment away from carpet. And if you're in a pet home, try to blow it out more frequently to reduce this from overheating. Next, we're going to go ahead and remove the cables from the main board. Moving this cable off. It has a little guide point to keep it out of the way. Here is the antenna. I use tweezers to pull this up so I don't pull it sideways and break it off. There we go. And one for the power supply. There we go. Now the cables have been removed, easier to work on. Flip it over now. Next is to remove this cover plate. It requires a little bit of force at the front of the system. Pull up, and that way with the ports in the back, once it's pulled up, you can slide it back and take it off. Gaining access to retention screws that hold the heatsink down to the actual CPU and GPU. Let's go ahead and take these 3 security screws here off, the 3 here off, this one, and then we'll go ahead and remove those. All right, now let's go ahead and remove these screws here. Don't have to remove them both off at the exact same time. I prefer like taking off a tire off of a car. Do one up, unscrewing it a little bit, and then go back to the other one, so that way you're not putting too much tension on the actual heatsink to the CPU, potentially cracking it. That one's done. And that one is done. We have one more cable here that needs to be pulled off. There we go. All right, and then this cover can, nope, there's a screw there on the other side. All right, now that we're back on this side, we're gonna remove this one Phillips screw down here, the black one here. Flip the system back over while the cover plate comes off. And we can see the bottom of the motherboard. And if you lift up, slightly pull out, that reveals the motherboard, CPU, GPU, the RAM modules. You've got the CMOS battery that can be replaced when it needs to, the power delivery connectors, the hard drive connector for the SATA, your front USB. In the back, you have your HDMI, your Ethernet. This is the aux port, and then you have the fiber optic digital audio in, or out. And that's how you tear down the PS4.
Don't feel like doing a teardown yourself? Have not just one, but hundreds of devices taking up space? EPC is a global leader in the ITAD field, and it's our goal to reduce e-waste and give devices a second chance. Reach out to us today to learn more.